you all doing this evening, everybody? I'm sorry, how are you all doing this evening? Hey, listen, I only perform for enthusiastic audiences. But hey, let me say at the outset, the only thing more exciting than you seeing me is me seeing you. So, we'll start off exactly all the way from Ireland, 4,000 miles across the pond. We'll start off with a little question for you all. Do you know the difference between a man and a boy? It's okay, I can answer that for you. A real man carries his money in a purse like this. Yes. So let's see what I've got here in my little pot of gold. Yes. I have 6 25-cent quarters. And in fact, these are some of the older quarters in that they have George Washington's head on one side and an eagle on the other. But that eagle means that these coins can fly. I'll show you what I mean. 1, 2, 3 coins in this hand, 3 coins in this hand, okay? Now, all I have to do is I squeeze, I toss, and I catch. And now we see that I have 4 on my right and 2 on my left. Yeah, we'll try it again. 1, 2, 3, 4 coins in this hand, 2 coins in this hand. Again, I squeeze. Again, I toss. And again, I catch. And now we see that I have 5 on my right and 1 on my left. I can tell you're all very impressed by this. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just 5 coins. Are you satisfied? 5 coins? I'm satisfied. Excellent. And Chris, could you take these coins in your right hand, please?
This is my right hand.
That is your right hand. Yes. Fold it over, make a fist, turn it over like that. Perfect. And I'll take this last coin. And if I toss, invisibly it travels through time, space, bone and flesh. Now, if indeed the magic happened, he had 5 coins. How many should he have now?
6.
Go ahead, count them onto the table. Let's see if the magic worked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I didn't even have to do any of that toss or catch thing.
Yes. Hey, you were good. You were very good, Chris.
Thank you, sir. I tried.
Okay, so I was in Arkansas recently and I had breakfast at Cracker Barrel. Now, by the way, if you ever go there, I highly recommend the Uncle Herschel's favorite. It's delicious. But anyway, after breakfast, I went up to the till to pay my bill. And when I was up there, I asked the lady if I could get change of a 20. But when she counted me my money, she counted it kind of funny. So she counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5's 10, and 5's 15, and 5's 20. You know, so shortly after leaving, I thought that was a little weird the way she counted that. I better double check. So I counted 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Hang on a second. So I counted again 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5's 9, and 5's 14, and 5's 19. And I thought, I knew it should rip me off. So I went back into the restaurant and I said, you know, excuse me, ma'am, I'm meant to have $20 here. Instead I just have 19. She said, well, that's amazing. That would be the first mistake I've made in 40 years. I thought that was a little weird, given that she only looked about 30. But anyway, she counted it again. She counted 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. I thought, hey, ma'am, do you mind if I count that money in front of you? She said, no, go ahead. So I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5's 10, and 5's 15. So hang on a second. 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I said, look, I meant to have $20 here instead, now I've only 15. I said, you're ripping me off. And she said, no, sir, I wouldn't do that, sir. That would be the first mistake I've made in 50 years. I said, well, now I knew I couldn't trust her because a moment ago she told me she'd just been working there 40. But anyway, she counted it again. And she counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5's 10, and 5's 15, and 5's 20. I said, look, ma'am, I don't know what you're doing, but you're doing something. I'm a magician, and I recognize prestidigitation when I see it. She said, well, sir, you're obviously not from around these parts, using big words like that. She said, if you were a real magician, you should be able to count the money and make money appear. Well, never being one to fear a challenge, I counted it again. I counted 5, 10, 15, 16, 17. She said, now don't forget to do the magic. 18, 19. She said, now do the magic. So I did the magic. And I finally got my $20. Okay, Brad.
Brad's leaving.
Too much. I give too much, exactly. Now, any poker players here this evening? Any poker players?
Yeah, what poker?
Hey, what kind of poker do you play?
Any kind of poker.
Any kind of poker. So 5-card stud, Texas Hold'em. I do want you to see that all the cards are different, you know.
Gotcha.
And I do like to spread them on my brand new magic table. What do y'all think of it?
Very nice.
Hey, if you want to touch it,
The tassels make it.
The
Love
tassels.
it.
But anyway, so if you're a poker player, you will know that in America it's a popular tradition that at the end of the night's poker, the players will throw their chips into the middle and they'll have one final bet. And we'll see who can cut to the highest card, right? Well, being from Ireland, we have a similar tradition, but what we do in Ireland is we see who can count a certain number of cards off. I'll show you what I mean. For instance, I can go like this here, and I can count off exactly 10 cards. How I know this is 10 cards is I can tell you the thickness. Chris, do you want to try? Go ahead, cut off 10, just set them there.
Can we count them or estimate?
Nope, just estimate. Estimate
Alright.
is the business that
I
we
was
are
way
in.
off last time.
Yes.
Yes, go ahead.
Alright.
Excellent. Okay, let's see. Chris, by golly, I think that's pretty good. Okay, I'll give you a 9 out of 10 for that. We'll check there. Go ahead, what's your name?
Sarah.
Saraf. Okay, nice name. Cut off 10, just set them here. Ooh, yes. Hands of a surgeon, very nice. I think you might be a little thin there,
Yeah,
Saraf.
it's a little
But that's okay, that's okay. Thin to win, that's okay. And your name is?
Robin.
Robin, go ahead, cut off 10. Just set them here. Excellent. Now, let's do a recap. Say Chris cut off 10, Saraf cut off 10, Robin cut off 10. How many should I have here? 22, yes, I can tell you play cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, oh my God, 23, 24, 25, this is really embarrassing, 27, 28, 29. You know what we didn't get? But you know what we did get? We've got a 10 here. We've got a 10 here. We've got a 10 here. And we got a 10 here. I don't know how you all did it. Very good.
Nice.
Very good. Very good. Okay. Anyone here not believe in time travel? What's your name, sir?
Paul.
Paul, do you believe in time travel?
Yes.
Good, good, good. Well, listen, I'm going to prove to you, fellow believer, I like that, I'm going to prove to you that time travel exists using a deck of cards. Okay, Paul, go ahead, just pull out a card, any card at all. Very nice, go ahead, be my guest. I want you to take a look at that card, show everyone. I won't look, I've seen this trick before. Got it?
Yep.
Paul, I'd like you to hold that card out between your thumb and your forefinger, just the way I'm doing. Excellent. Now everybody watch. I want you all to freeze this frame, okay? Take a mental photograph of this image. Me holding my cards, Paul holding his card. You got it? Excellent, and I will take that card back. Oh, and by the way, Paul, no one has ever done it that way.
I like to be good.
And that is an original, I'll just have you know. But now for my favorite part of the routine. It's called the upside down all round poker shuffle. It's a fancy Vegas term. It's a way of mixing the cards that makes them completely unusable in any game. Look, some cards are face up, some cards are face down, some cards toward the ceiling, some cards toward the floor, some toward heaven, some toward hell, you like this? Some toward Mother Teresa, some toward Adolf Hitler, and on we go. And thank you for not getting that joke. That's okay. Just to prove to you that the cards really are mixed up, Paul, look. Some cards are face down, some cards are face up. You've got cards that are face down, you've got cards that are face up. And Paul, just for you, I bet I could even find cards going face to face. Now, do you remember at the beginning of the trick how I asked you to hold out your thumb and your forefinger?
Yes.
Do that again, please. Now, Paul, your card wasn't the 6 of spades, was it?
No.
Tell you what, take the 6 of spades, wave it over the deck. Look, 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 look. We went back in time. Back to when all my cards were going one way. Look at that, look at that. Do you remember that mental photograph at the beginning? Me holding my cards, Paul holding his card? Go ahead, take a look. Time travel to the next card, everybody. Thank you very much. Okay. Oh, the anticipation builds. Okay, you know, a magic show is not a magic show without a little story trick, right? And I'm going to show you a story trick with just 4 cards, okay? The important thing is that you realize these really are just 4 cards. Well, this is how the story goes. Once upon a time, there lived a dark-haired gentleman called the King of Spades, okay? Now, he was married to a beautiful brunette called the Queen of Spades. He had a twin brother that looked just like him, and of course his twin brother was married to the brunette's twin sister. So one day these 2 couples decided to go out to the dance hall on a double date. Shortly after they arrive, the brunettes, they go upstairs to the powder room to freshen up a little bit. While they're in the powder room, the King of Spades, he goes up to the bar and he sits down beside a beautiful red-headed lady. Now his twin brother, he said that looks like a good idea, so he goes up to the bar and sits down beside the redhead's twin sister. So a little while later, the brunettes, they come downstairs from the powder room, and when they see their husbands with the redheads, they get mad. So the first Queen of Spades, she goes up to the redhead at the bar and says, hey, you stay away from my husband. Now her twin sister, she goes up to the redhead's twin sister and says, hey, you stay away from my husband. So at this point, a big fight breaks out. Hair's being pulled, clothes are being torn. Really, it's my favorite part of the story. But after a while, it all settles down. And the Queen of Spades, she goes and she grabs her husband, the King of Spades, and she leaves the dance hall. Well, the Queen of Spades' twin sister, she goes and she grabs the King of Spades' twin brother, and they go down the road a little bit. But I know what you're thinking, that's very interesting, but tell us, what happened to the redheads?
What happened to the redheads?
Well, here's what happened to the redheads. The first redhead, she went down the road a little bit, and she found herself a redheaded gentleman. Now, her twin sister, she left shortly after, and she found herself a redheaded gentleman. But believe it or not, that's not quite the end of the story, because they all went off and had a family of 4 little red-headed boys. And the thing is, that's the story of the twins.
Wow.
Yeah, certainly, yeah. Quite make it up yourself. Okay, so we've all seen these before. These are USB flash drives, right? And of course what you do is you plug them into your computer, you can store files on them. For instance, you can store music on the red drive, pictures on the black drive. Now sometimes when I leave the house, I'll just take my black drive with me, and if I go over to a friend's and I pick up some music files, then when I get back to the house, I'll just transfer those music files to the red drive. Of course, sometimes that transfer can become a little problematic, in which case I use some magic to cause the transfer to occur. But I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go ahead and we'll get rid of the black drive, okay? That should make things a little easier to follow. Well, that's a problem. But watch, if I just give it a shake, there's the red drive I was looking for. So if this is the red drive, the black drive must be over here in my pocket. But just so you know, in case this red gigabyte's not big enough for all your files, you can always give the black one a stretch and make it a gigabyte. Thank you very much. Okay, so now for my grand finale. Okay, any two people in the audience with a spiritual connection, Paul and,
Sarah.
no, do you have a spiritual
Oh, do
connection?
it. Yes, why not?
How about a romantic
for-
connection?
Do we?
Okay, how about it? No, let's not go any further. Okay, I'll tell you what, I'm going to slide this table over a bit, and I'll move this over here just a little bit, because I'm going to volunteer, yes, that's one of my favorite terms, volunteer Saraf
Uh-huh.
and Paul to come forward. You're going to be my assistants. Come on.
All right.
You over here, Paul, and Saraf over here. Thanks very much for assisting. Thank you, sir. Excellent. So, I'm going to give Saraf the magic marker. And Saraf, what I'm going to do is, I will shuffle through these cards and I would like you to call stop at any point. Just whenever you're ready. Right there, perfect. Go ahead, sign your name, first name along that 3 of hearts. Big and bold. Excellent, everyone can see it. And I will cut that card into the center. Now, if you would be so kind and to pass the marker to Paul, and Paul Walldale's, you just call stop.
Stop.
Excellent, sign your name across that. Excellent. Now, in order to proceed with this trick, I'm going to make use of my trusty magic wand. Now, before you all giggle, I will remind you that it's not the size of the wand, but rather the magic behind it. And Salon, if you could take the wand, and what I'm going to have you do is to tap the deck, but as you do so, I want you to say your magic word.
Any magic word.
Any magic word. It's all in the imagination. Be creative. Or uncreative, if you prefer.
Yeah. That's Phil.
Okay, fine. Original. Abracadabra.
There you go. Well, original's good. I've never heard that before. Well, look, I spread through, and I want you all to see that with a bit of magic, Saraf's card is now turned up, face up in the middle of the deck. Interesting, right? Saraf, if you could pass the wand to Paul. Oh, yeah, well, I'll take that one. Thank you very much. Now, I would like you to tap the deck, but as you do so, say your magic word.
Okay. Kazoo type.
Kazoo, very original. I like it. Okay, everyone, let's see if the magic happened. I spread through. And sure enough, Paul's card is now turned face up in the
Wow.
Nice.
right. But here's the strange thing, Paul's card just happens to be right beside Sir Rob's card. Hey, you really do have a spiritual connection, right? Amazing. So look, I'll push these 2 cards together. If you could bring out your right hand, hold it palm up, excellent, and bring out your right hand on top. Perfect. Press it down. Excellent. Give me the magic wand. Now, Saraf and Paul, I want you to think of that first time you had a spiritual connection. And not that time. You're making me blush. No, stop that. Stop it. Think of another time. Have you got it?
Yeah.
Excellent. Now look, I say the magic phrase. Friendship forever. Just as your 2 hearts are forever bound together as one, so will your cards be. Go ahead.
Look at
Whoa.
that.
Demon.
And that will be a little souvenir for you. Well, listen, a big round of applause for Saraf and Paul. Thank you very much. Thank you. And that is it for me. Thank you very much.